Hello YouTube modelers, welcome back to my channel. I want to thank all my viewers and subscribers for tuning in. Apologize for not watching you guys videos. I've only been able to watch a handful because the past month I was under the weather. I even missed NNL East because I had a severe cold. It was raining that day as well. But I am trying to catch up with everyone's video. So bear with me. I should be trying to catch up in the next week. But anyway, just wanted to announce a buddy build I'm having with my friend, my very good friend Kurt over at KH Model Works. So I'll include his channel in the description so you can check him out if you haven't done so already. This is our 4th annual buddy build. Our first two was a single and a double-seater F-105 Thunder Chief. The 3rd year was a Messerschmitt 109. And this year we've decided to change it up. We're going to switch from airplane to armor. It is the Panzerkampfwagen 4 Asphorong H. It is an older version from either first release 1975 or mid 80s, I don't know, but I will be trying to motorize it with either the universal gearbox, depending on how much room I have in the front, pitched or small angled area, because if you guys remember, this one has a slight protrusion from the gearbox, this screw, and a little bit of this main rod. So if I don't have enough space, I'm going to have to go with this micro motor that has a more angled over here for the front axle. The front axle has to drive this front sprocket. So I bought this kit open box. So let's take a look at it. These of course don't have the years written on them, but they do have code, so I think this one, instead of having the 5-digit code, it's the 54. Typical Tamiya. Now with Google Translator, you can actually translate what's on the side panel by using your camera and the Google Translator. This looks like Tamiya Europe. I think back then they had to input them through MRC, Model Rectifier Company, in Edison, New Jersey, but now they just have their own exporting company. Here are the choices. Alright, so let's take a look at the model. I bought an open box, but all the parts should be in there. Here is the 5-digit code. It's a 35054. Now the reason why I chose this older version is because at one time or another, most of the Tamiya armor kits were motorized. So they're going to have the battery tray for the metal contact points, the framework. These of course I think are the larger C-size batteries, but I'm going to use the more compact AA or AAA battery packs. Of course they have the drop down for the axle, that's why there's a cut in here. And of course, these rails are to mount the metal gear cases that used to come with them. So with slight modification, I do like this drop down. Here is the body, like a little case, which is fine. So you can change the battery. I like the rubber band tracks. Many of you do not, because it may not be as detailed as the hard plastic molded ones. Some kits do come with multi-links that you attach with plastic pins, which may or may not be strong enough to handle the torque. Some of them might be able to. And of course, you can always buy aftermarket metal tracks. So here is the parts. I'm going to pause the video so I can open them. Alright, so all the parts are out of the bag. It's a good thing that they were individually wrapped, because I noticed the previous owner, there was slight mildew in the box, but not too bad. Did not affect the kit. because the kit was wrapped in plastic. Okay, so let's review the parts. So here are the turret separated into halves. This looks like the rear basket of the turret. That looks like the mantlet, or where the gun goes in. Maybe a driver. That looks like the base of the cannon. That's the cannon in halves. Probably hooks. That looks like machine guns, barrels, tools, hand holes. Typical Tamiya quality. That looks like a machine gun, probably an MG34. Hatch. Some doors. These look like spare tracks. Individual links. Cable. Spare road wheels. Of course, the jerry cans, how fitting. Extra helmet. More cables. And of course the spaced armor, or side skirt if you want to call it. Here is the commander. Very good quality facial features. This is going to be used to hold the side skirt. This is the brace for the side skirt. So you can display it without the side skirt or with the side skirt. Since I have it, I probably display it with the side skirt. But I'd be sure not to glue it so I can remove it at any time. Okay, so then the second bag has all the lower hull drive sprocket. It has that six-sided nut that I need to handle the torque when I attach the motor. The idler wheel, road wheels, all halves. Suspension pieces with the leaf springs. The final drive casing for the sprocket wheels, which I will have to remove or snip because I'm going to have to stick the metal axle through it. That looks like the hull, the side. More tools, tow hooks. So pretty good stuff. Here are the simple decals that were in the plastic bag, so it's unaffected. No yellowing. Hard to see the white decals, but they look good. Of course, the poly caps, which are important because they allow the road wheels to be attached, yet free to spin. There are directions written in 12 different languages. Read before starting. So probably starts out with the rear panel, muffler, lower hull with the suspension and the wheels, right? The top hull has, it's not just one piece, it has several pieces. The poly caps, which are important because you can just stick them into axle and they fit snug, yet allows it to roll. Very nice. They even have pictures. They show you how to make antennas. You have to stretch the sprue by heating it. A lot of tools and attachments on the hull. Commander figure. I will be using a soldering gun instead of a heated screwdriver. Same thing. Just heat the pins to form like a rivet head, right? Sometimes when I heat it, it actually comes out a little flat, but preferred is the rounded head. More little tools and stuff. And of course the infamous tab where you stick it in sideways and then rotate the turret so it'll stay, but at any time you want to remove it, just remove it that way. Spaced armor. So the Panzer IV, because near the end of the war it was being outclassed by Allied tanks such as the T-34. But the Panzer IV still remained the mainstay and remained to be produced because it still had a reliable engine, excellent weight class, excellent off-road mobility compared to the Wonder tanks like the Panther and the King Tiger 1 and 2. So in order to keep up with the armor, because this had the old box style hull as opposed to the sloped armor, they put side skirts or spaced armor so that it would detonate the shell when it hit the side skirt, and hopefully will be harmless by the time it hits the actual or penetrate the second layer or the hull. So that was the rationale for using the spaced armor. It was just additional protection and to defuse and detonate the bomb, the shell I mean, before it penetrated the hull. So that's that. So I'm looking forward to this buddy build. I will be motorizing it, so hopefully it will come out. I will be successful. And that's basically it. I'll probably start with the lower hull, spray the wheels, and then I have to paint it Panzer gray or black, the rubber coated, probably Panzer gray. These the rubber coat around the wheels, but I have to spray paint them probably Panzer yellow. So that's it for now.